Hey friend, Graham Cochrane here. Growing up, I always heard the term go-getter, right? Someone who takes initiative, just gets out there and grabs their fair share of the good life. They're hardworking, they're sort of the grassroots American ideal, someone who's not afraid to make things happen. And it makes sense. We're told if you want opportunities, go get them. If you want more money or success, go take it. It won't come to you, so just be a go-getter and grab what you can. But what if there were a different approach? One in which you don't focus on taking or getting, but rather you focus on giving. Now, personally, I have used the art of giving to build my business to what it is today. And if ever there were a book that sums up my core philosophy of business, it would be The Go-Giver by Bob Burg and John David Mann. Written as a short story or a parable, The Go-Giver tells us the tale of a frustrated salesman who learns 5 powerful laws of success from an older, wiser mentor and how it changes his life. And of course, along the way, we get to learn those laws and apply them to our own lives and business. This book is such an easy read. You can read it all in an afternoon, but truly, once you read it, you realize you're going to want to reread this book every single year like I do. So today, I want to simply unpack the 3 biggest golden nuggets that I believe are inside the Go-Giver and share them with you so you can apply them to your life and your business. Typically, when entrepreneurs sit down to start a business or come up with a new product or service, they ask the wrong first question. They ask questions like, will this make a lot of money? Or does this seem like a profitable idea? And the authors of The Go-Giver point out that while the question, will it make money or does it make money, isn't a bad question, it's just a bad first question. A better question they suggest to start with is, does this serve? Or will this serve? And the reason for this is simple and makes sense if you think about it. Serving people, giving them massive value up front, is the secret to success. Do you want to have successful friendships? Focus on serving your friends. Do you want a successful marriage? Serve your spouse. Want to be a successful business or business owner? Then do things and build things that serve your audience and take care of their needs. Making money in business is very important. In fact, if you don't make money in your business, you don't have a business, you have a hobby. But focusing on making money is the first thing is a backwards approach. Instead, find out what your audience needs and wants and find ways to give that to them. As the authors point out in the book, all the great fortunes in the world have been created by men and women who had a greater passion for what they were giving, their product, service, or idea, than for what they were getting. You will sell a lot of product. You will be an in-demand service or consultant. You will be a brand that lasts and is profitable if you are more passionate about serving people and giving them what they want than you are passionate about making money. Nugget number 2 is that 50-50 is a losing proposition. Now, we've all been conditioned to look for win-wins, have that 50-50 relationship where we create a culture where everybody gets kind of what they want and we're all kind of happy. Now, this sounds great in theory, but in reality, what happens is in the back of all of our minds, or at least each party involved in this transaction, we're keeping score. We're making sure that the other person is holding up their end of the bargain so that we will feel inclined then to hold up our end of the bargain. It becomes more of a, if you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. So from a distance, it looks like we're scratching each other's back, but really underneath that is ugly conditionalism where we're just putting conditions on the other person. If you don't do what you said you're gonna do, I'm not gonna do what I said I'm gonna do. This type of conditionality just doesn't lead to success for anybody. So in The Go-Giver, the authors posit a different formula that I think will truly be revolutionary for you if you adopt it. They say, watch out for the other guy. Watch out for his interests. Watch his back. Forget about 50-50. 50-50 is a losing proposition. The only winning proposition is 100%. Make your win about the other person. Go after what he wants. Forget win-win. Focus on the other person's win. Now, this idea seems so scary to us because we live in a world that tells us a false narrative. And that is, if you want to be taken care of, you got to look out for yourself. You got to take care of yourself first And if and only if you're taken care of, then you are in a position to take care of others. But this is completely backwards. It makes sense if you have a fear-based worldview and a selfish-based worldview, one that doesn't trust other human beings and feels like it's a dog-eat-dog world and every man for himself. But I don't believe that that's the only worldview you can have. In fact, the opposite is actually more true. If you spend your life focused on taking care of others, serving other people, finding out what's in their best interest, and then making sure they get what's in their best interest, you can't help but become taken care of for a variety of reasons. There's no formula, it just works. In fact, Zig Ziglar, famous salesman and motivational speaker, has this amazing quote where he says, "You can have everything you want in life if you will just help other people get what they want." It's just another way of saying the same thing. Be a person, be a brand that isn't so inward focused. Am I gonna have enough money? Am I gonna be successful? Because ironically, by doing that, you're cutting off the flow of success. You're cutting off your opportunity to grow. The very thing you want, you're cutting off by doing that. Instead, if you do the scarier thing, which is, forget about what I need. Let's find out what my customers need. Let's find out what my audience who hasn't bought anything needs. Let's find out what the general marketplace needs. Can I find a way to give them what they want? Whether it's my free stuff where I give first, whether it's my product or service, give people what they want, solve their problems, scratch their itch, help them achieve their dreams. You will become in demand. You will become magnetic. You will become successful. You won't have to worry about whether you're making enough money. Like I've shared before, this is exactly how I've built my 6-figure, now 7-figure business, by focusing on giving to other people, finding out what they want, and I give away content for free every single week. And I've been doing it for years and years and years, and I try to make better content. I try to make free content that's better than people's paid content. I just give so much away that I think I'm crazy, people think I'm crazy, but what it does is it draws more people to me. I have more potential customers than ever, and then they become customers because they just can't help but want to buy my paid stuff because they know it's going to be good if the free stuff's good, and I've given them so much in the first place. It just creates this beautiful virtuous cycle of giving and receiving because you're focused on not receiving, you're focused on giving to others. I've seen it happen in my own life, and this is exactly what you learn inside the Go-Giver. Now, the third and final golden nugget of this book is one that I think a lot of people will skip over because we don't readily see its benefit. And that is that the most valuable gift you have to offer is yourself. What I mean is this, is in business and in life, there's this constant pull to fake it till you make it, right? We don't feel like we're successful enough, legit enough. We feel like there's a persona that we need to adopt, whether it's a completely different persona or just a slight variation of the truth, in order to be accepted, in order to be seen as legit, in order to be seen as having credentials or being credible. And we do this to present ourselves as something we're not in order to gain something that we think we need, which is either more customers, more attention, or more respect. In The Go-Giver, the main character, Joe, learns a lesson that shows that this is actually, again, backwards from what's really true, that the way to reach your audience, to impact them, and ultimately move them to want to buy what you're selling is to just be completely yourself and offer nothing but you as you are. As Joe learns inside The Go-Giver, as long as you're trying to be someone else or putting on some act or behavior someone else taught you, you have no possibility of truly reaching people. The most valuable thing you have to give people is yourself. No matter what you think you're selling, what you're really offering is you. This is so liberating. The person that you're best at being is yourself. And ironically, it's that authenticity, that you being exactly who you are, that will actually make a deeper connection with your audience. It will actually get them to trust you and like you and want to do business with you, as opposed to having some slick persona or some corporate lingo on your website. Just presenting yourself and your brand exactly as you are, a human being with an idea or a service or a product, trying to connect with other human beings and serve them and fill needs. People sense that and they appreciate that, and it actually makes them want to do business with you. In fact, this has never been more true than it is today with the millennial generation, my generation. We statistically don't trust gurus or corporations as much as we trust more authentic people or influencers or authentic brands. And there's been a lot of study and research on this. And one study in particular I wanted to highlight some of this is the Millennial Brand Connection research. It breaks down 3 core values from millennials, but look at one of the core values, which is authenticity. In this chart, it says that 87% of millennials appreciate it when companies make clear what values they stand for. 81% of millennials said that companies that make sincere efforts to invest in or be part of my community deserve my loyalty. It says here on the left that they have a keen ability to see through hype and exaggeration, and they expect honesty, integrity, and upfront communication as a baseline. And get this, not only do they value authenticity in themselves, but also in the companies they buy from. More than ever before, this massive generation and the one behind it can sniff out fake, and they can sniff out when you're just trying to sell them crap. And the ironic thing is, if you want to sell a lot of stuff and make a lot of money and be successful in that regard financially, let's say, you can't fake it. You need to be real. You need to give people what they want, and you don't have to put on a persona because it doesn't even work. It doesn't even impress. It actually does the opposite. These people want the companies that they do business with, whether it's once in a while or regularly subscriptions are subscribed to, whatever the company is, they want to know who that company is, what they stand for. They want to do business with real people. And it's not just a trend. It's not just a fad. It is a cataclysmic shift across the entire industry and all industries, where the value is not in looking slick, it is in being real and offering real solutions to real problems and making a real difference. And it makes sense if you think about it, because we're going back to the way commerce was hundreds and thousands of years ago, which is real humans exchanging goods and services or bartering or money for real things they need and really connecting. It gets that human touch point again, where you don't have to be something you're not. You just show what you have to offer. You make it clear who it's for and how it can help, and the right people will buy it and the wrong people won't. It takes all the pressure off. You can weave your authentic story into it, both the good and the bad, and just be you. Well, there you have it. Those are my 3 golden nuggets from The Go-Giver. Like I said, The Go-Giver is a gem of a book, one of the few business books that I agree with every single thing they preach, every single idea they suggest. If you don't have it, go buy it, read it once a year, and let it change the way you think, because it's the opposite of the culture that we're brought up in. At least here in Western America, we are brought up in a take care of yourself first culture. And The Go-Giver posits a different idea, one that I think is actually very biblical if you're a Christian, which is serve others first. Give to others first, and you'll be taken care of. And as I mentioned earlier, my entire business is built around this concept of giving to others first. And if you're interested in learning a bit more about how you can build an income stream based off the idea of giving to other people, like how does that actually track out, then I want to give you something. I've put together a free training called How to Get Paid to Do What You Love. And spoiler alert, the irony is, if you want to get paid to do what you love, you have to find out what other people love and what other people want and need, and give that to them first. And in this simple training, I'll walk you through the 3 steps of how to do that, how to identify what people want, how to give it to them, and how do you monetize that? How do you turn all that idea into an actual income stream? Because we do want to have a business here. It's a simple training. Download it. You can podcast it right now, take a listen to it wherever you are, and get working right away. I have homework at the end of it. It's really simple, but I think it'll fire you up and get you pointed in the right direction to start your business, or if you're stuck, grow your business. To grab your copy of it, just go to grahamcochrane.com/getpaid or hit the link below this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing to these videos. Thanks for all the likes and thumbs up and comments. And I'll see you on another video real soon.